Have you ever wondered why we have seasons? The answer lies in a fantastic feature of our planet. It's axial tilt. Earth isn't sitting straight up. It's tilted about 23.5 degrees, which dramatically influences our weather patterns throughout the year. This tilt allows different parts of Earth to receive varying amounts of sunlight as the planet orbits around the sun. During summer in the northern hemisphere, the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, creating longer days and warmer temperatures. In contrast, when it's summer in the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere experiences winter due to the opposite tilt. As Earth makes its way around the sun, this axial tilt causes the seasons to change, bringing variety to our lives. With 4 distinct seasons, plants and animals adapt and thrive in ways that keep our ecosystems balanced. Isn't that amazing? Without this axial tilt, Earth would experience far less variation in climate and weather, impacting life as we know it. In our next segment, we'll explore what life on Earth might be like if our planet had no axial tilt at all. In a world without axial tilt, climates would be extreme and predictable, leading to possible habitat loss for many species and impacting biodiversity. Imagine a world where Earth is perfectly straight, with no tilt. What changes would happen to our climate and seasons? Without axial tilt, the sun would shine directly over the equator all year round. This would dramatically change our weather patterns. Tropical regions would become even hotter, while polar areas might experience consistent freezing temperatures and extended darkness. The lack of seasons would mean no spring blooms or autumn colors. Ecosystems would shift dramatically in response to a stable climate. Animals that rely on seasons for breeding and migration would be especially impacted, disrupting natural behaviors and life cycles. Without seasonal changes, human agriculture could face serious challenges, affecting food production across the globe. Imagine a world where crops just can't grow. Some regions might flood more often, while others would experience droughts, leading to stark contrasts between different ecosystems. People would likely adapt their lives to accommodate these new realities. Cultural practices tied to seasons would change or perhaps vanish entirely. The natural beauty we enjoy today, with colorful autumn leaves and blossoming flowers, might fade away into monotony in a world without tilt. Stay tuned as we explore how other celestial bodies in our solar system experience similar conditions and their fascinating implications. What if Earth didn't have its axial tilt? The absence of tilt would dramatically change our climate and the way we experience seasons. Regions that currently enjoy seasonal changes would experience a more stable climate, impacting temperature and weather patterns throughout the year. Tropical areas would become hotter, while polar regions would remain cold and possibly freeze permanently due to lack of seasonal warming. Without seasonal changes, many plants and animals may struggle to adapt, leading to a shift in biodiversity across the globe. Critically, migratory animals would be affected, as their travel patterns rely on seasonal cues like temperature and food availability. Ecosystems like forests and tundras could collapse or transform drastically, leading to potential extinction of some species. Human agriculture would also face new challenges, as crops currently nurtured by seasons may fail to yield without temperature variations. Rainfall patterns would likely become more predictable and uniform, reducing the variety of habitats that thrive in our current climates. Finally, in this static climate, the interconnected web of life may unravel, prompting discussions on how to adapt or evolve on such a planet. Imagine a world where seasons don't exist, where humans experience the same climate all year round. How would our lives and cultures change? Without seasonal shifts, agriculture would become very predictable. Farmers wouldn't have to adapt their crops to changing weather. Festivals tied to harvests and seasonal changes would be different too, losing the colorful traditions we cherish today. Cultural expressions like clothing would also change significantly. There would be a uniform style instead of seasonal fashion trends. Music and art would likely take on different themes, reflecting a world without seasonal changes, possibly leading to monotony. Social interactions might also be impacted, as people wouldn't experience cozy winter gatherings or vibrant summer outings. Recreation and outdoor activities would shift too, with less variation in sports and leisure based on the seasons. Children's play would also lack diversity, as they'd miss out on winter snowball fights or summer swims in the ocean. Ultimately, a world without a tilted axis would lead to a culture that's less dynamic,